said, I've got nothing against black people. I think they've got a lot going for them.
She said, I just don't want them asking me out.
Whites with whites, blacks with blacks, that's all.
He said, who do they think they are? They think they can just come live anywhere they want?
Can you believe a spick got the scholarship over me? It's that girl over there.
She said, I don't want to see you playing with that girl anymore. Now, I know you think she's nice and all, but...
She said, we love each other dearly. Mom, I tell you, it's all in your mind. His parents adore me.
She said, these people want me to tell the police, and I'm not going to. They just want to blow it out of proportion and make this seem to be another racist incident.
He said, you guys are living in another era. This is America, and this is the 80s, not the 60s.
He said, so you want to work for us, John? Well, looking over your resume, I see that you're a Yale man.
They're all natural athletes. And talk about
She's
rhythm.
in one of my classes, and she isn't even smart.
You've got to start making friends with other children.
It may have taken a while, but this is a free country, and I'm proud to be an American.
Phi Beta Kappa. Not surprising for an Asian.
Just because I'm Puerto Rican, I mean, this could have happened to anyone. Black guys approach me at work all the time. It makes me sick.
They're so excited about us. I wish you would
This is my neighborhood.
You'd be perfect for our software engineering department.
I tell you, no one can dance like black people. No, sir.
How about Sally 2 houses down?
It's gonna happen when that family
I don't even
moves
want to
in.
go home and tell my parents, especially my father.
Why do you continuously refuse to accept the fact that I'm in love with Neil?
Everybody's got a chance to make it big in this country if they just get up and work.
Those guys were just a bunch of assholes. They were drunk. I wanted to fight. Imagine them thinking that someone like me would go out with them.
Asians? Well, sure. I love Chinese food.
But to tell you the truth, John, our affirmative action quotas are already filled.
Look at my dad. He grew up poor in New York Sugar Hill section, but he found the American
They are
dream.
forcing me to leave, and this is simply not fair.
I never see that other girl with any toys.
Yes, I appreciate what you're saying, but you seem to forget that we're in the 80s now and race doesn't count anymore. What matters is that love we have for each other.
God knows why they don't stick to their own kind. I mean, they were calling me fucking Cuban. I guess because of my accent. But do you think I care? I'm not even Cuban. And what the hell? I'm as white as they are.
He will not be pleased. I can hear it now. Don't you ever let those people get over on you.
Mom, the kids in school don't like me anymore.
Laura, it's time to come in.
When I asked if I could play with them today, they told me to go away.
Honey, I don't want you playing with that girl anymore.
Laura said she likes me, but...
I know you think she's nice and all, but...
Her mother told her not to play with me anymore.
You've got to start making friends with other children.
And said I couldn't come and play with her tomorrow.
How about Sally 2 houses down?
Why don't the kids want to play with me?
She has lots of nice toys I bet you could play with.
And why doesn't Laura's mommy want me to be her friend?
I never see that other girl with any toys.
Did I do something wrong?
Anyway, don't let me see you with her anymore.
What did I do?
And anyway, she's nothing like you.
She's
What did I do?
She's
What did I
nothing
do?
like you.
What did I do? What did I do?
She's nothing like you.
She's nothing like you.
She's nothing like you. She's nothing like you. She's nothing like you. She's nothing like you. She's nothing like you.
Hey, Kamala, how you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Not much.
You know that scholarship I was telling you about this morning?
Yeah.
Can you believe a spick got the scholarship over me?
Wow.
She's nothing.
I can't believe she said that. What am I gonna say now?
Ignorant bitch.
She knows what she's talking about.
Que gringa más picha.
You better watch your language.
I can't believe she said that.
The nerve of that girl.
She's in one of my classes, and she isn't even smart.
I don't really think I know her.
I don't even want to go home and tell my parents, especially my father. He told me never to let those people get over on me.
Friend told me the other day that he killed a man who got in his way. The
Prejudice on college campuses is feared to be rising.
Recent incidents affecting blacks, Jews, and feminists.
Minority enrollments in college is declining rapidly.
Civility Day 1988 planned for Thursday to fight racism.
Una de las armas más brutales y difundidas que han impuesto y siguen utilizando los poderes imperialistas es el racismo.
Hot new tips for spring. Polka dots are in.
Anti-racism chants echo through UMass on Civility Day.
Senator Helms seeks to ban King Day.
Trying to fulfill the dream.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, come on. Excuse me. How you doing? Could you push on over? Excuse me.
You be quiet.
Come on. We need one.
What's up?
I haven't seen you in a while.
You know that scholarship I was telling you about this morning? A spick got it over me.
Can you believe it?
Oh my God. She's in one of my classes and she isn't even smart.
She isn't even American.
That's the point. That's the point.
I love the way they get these
I don't
things.
even want to go home and tell my parents, especially my father. He told me never to let those people get over on me. Shit! University of Wisconsin, fraternity holds mock slave auction.
Stanford, a shantytown built to protest apartheid, was destroyed.
SUNY wrestling team chases black classmate across campus with clubs.
Graffiti at Smith College. Niggers, spics, and chinks. Quit complaining or get out.
Yale, Afro-Am Center and Holocaust Memorial viciously defaced.
Temple Administration OK's White Pride Organization.
University of Iowa fraternity sponsored a ghetto party.
This whole racial spiel's been blown out of proportion. There's no more racism on college campuses. But let's face it, you get a group of young athletic students together who've drank too much, and of course they're going to take their anger out on students on the other team's side. What we need to do is crack down on our alcohol policy. That's the only way we're going to stop these problems from happening.
Fuck you, man. Don't you ever call me a nigger lover. Come on, come help me save this guy. Come on. You guys, wake up.
I was born in America. I grew up in Washington, D.C. That's where I went to grade school. And when I was in grade school, I learned about Dick, and I learned about Jane, and I learned about Spot. And Dick is white, and Jane is white. And the only thing that I see to identify myself with is the spot that is on Spot. This is a portrait of America that I am taught to see myself in. But that same American education never taught me about the relationship of my forefathers with America. They never told me about 300 years that it was against the law in America for a black man to learn how to read or to write. And then in 1989, they tell me black people are on the bottom of society. You're black, and you're on the bottom of society because you're black. That's not right.
Wanda. Hey, Wanda. Hi, how you
Look,
doing?
I've told you before, my name isn't Wanda, it's Wando, okay?
Wando.
Wando.
It looks like you're having some trouble with...
Do you mind?
Hey, Nwando, I'm just trying to help you. I mean, Jesus, I didn't know you guys had umbrellas in Africa.
Of course they have umbrellas in Africa.
Not too long ago, a white student, a college student, asked me if we lived on trees. She asked me if we had cities of running water. But I don't blame her. How can I blame her when all that is shown to you of Africa on television is wildlife and dying children? I put the blame on the American system. It has buried my history in so much mischief and prejudice. White people have made it their duty to tell my history to suit their purpose. But I refuse to have you bury my history in white racism. I want you to ask yourself questions. Questions like, who created the first, longest, and lasting civilization? The white people, right? You were very wrong. Black Africans created it and called it Kermit, which means black, long before the Greeks called it Egypt. Now in 1500 AD, a Dutch traveler came to the city of Benin in modern Nigeria and compared it favorably with Amsterdam. He said the main street of Benin was 7 to 8 times wider than the streets of Amsterdam, and said that the houses were in as good a state as the houses in Amsterdam. Now, having said this, whether we had a civilization or not is besides the point. I do not owe it to anybody, not anybody, to prove that we built castles or pyramids to be entitled to some dignity and respect. The fact that you know nothing about my people doesn't really bother me. What bothers me is when people are ignorant and consciously bring Africa down. Well, I refuse to be in a place where I'm treated like a second-class citizen just because of the color of my skin. Wake up to reality and question that system that makes a person of color a second-class citizen. Wake up.
Some people are so ignorant. It's been one of those days, you know?
Thank you so much for intervening, because I would have smacked her in her face.
You know that scholarship I was telling you about this morning?
Mm-hmm. Did you get it?
A spick got it over me.
A what?
A spick!
What's a spick?
A spick is a word that is a spick is just a word that's used to describe Puerto Ricans.
And is that good or bad?
I brought my friend home the other day because I was really excited for her to meet my family. So we're hanging out in my living room, and my dad starts to tell this really crude joke about Puerto Ricans. My friend was from Puerto Rico. I mean, here I am bringing this woman home so that she can better understand me, see what American families are really like. And her first experience was that joke, my dad. I mean, that's my father. It's the guy I looked up to when I was a little kid. Now when I look at him, I see nothing. I mean, I can't even bring my friends home because I am embarrassed that my dad might say something to offend them. It's just not right. And sometimes I look at that guy and I see the man that held me when I was a baby, the guy who first took me fishing. And other times, I look at him, and all I can say is that I'm ashamed. I like to live in America.
Hey, do you speak English?
Okay, by me in America.
Hey, are there tall buildings in Puerto Rico?
Everything's free in America.
Hey, you don't look Puerto Rican.
Where's my free in America?
Do you have lots of brothers and sisters?
I like to live in America.
I love to dance salsa.
Okay, by me in America.
Do you have colleges in Puerto Rico?
Everything's free in America.
What a cute accent.
Where's my free in America?
Hey, did you see West Side Story?
Ah! People at this university have really asked me all those questions. I remember one time I was talking to some friends in Spanish, and this guy told us, "Come on, guys, speak English. This is America." I didn't say anything at that time. I didn't understand very well what he meant by that. I'm an American citizen too, I thought. Not that I ever had another choice. And Spanish happens to be my first language. What's wrong with that? Yeah, I'm American. I have an American passport just like yours. But I'm Puerto Rican.
puertorriqueña. But I have my own language, culture, values. I don't blame people for not knowing about the place that I come from. But it really bothers me to see how even when we have been a U.S. territory for 91 years, almost a century, people here know little, if anything, about the place that I come from. And we know so much about you. I even had to take U.S. history in school. What did you learn about us? I hate when people make assumptions about the place that I come from. Not all Puerto Ricans are here for the same reasons or have gone through the same experiences. It was my choice to come here. I have the privilege of knowing that I can go back home if I want to. Not all Puerto Ricans are so lucky. Many Puerto Ricans are forced to leave our country because our economy, which is controlled basically by the U.S., is so inflated that they can't even afford to live in their own country. And then I come here, and this is what I see. This doesn't represent my culture at all. This is not who I am. Puerto Rico is much more than just palm trees and sun. And it really bothers me when people assume that the only reason for me to go home is to get a tan. You guys, stop it! Sorry.
So, Andre, you going to come to the rally today?
Claudia, I have a job interview. And plus, what are you guys rallying about this time?
It's not just another rally. It's a joining together of people that have been working and fighting to bring about racial equality. How can you not want to be a part of that change?
Claudia, I am being a part of that change. I'm changing my tie so that I can look good at my job interview. This is the 80s, not the 60s.
20 years might have passed since the civil rights movement, but that doesn't mean we can stop now. We're going to lose everything we've gained. Don't you see that?
Claudia, all I know is it might have taken a while, but this is a free country, and I'm proud to be an American.
You are fooling yourself.
Claudia, you're fooling yourself. What you need to do is trade in your tie-dye shirt for a nice Oxford like mine, and then get rid of those cork shoes also, and get some loafers, and then maybe you'll be getting a job soon. Claudia, I am out of here. I got a job interview to go to.
Knock, 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 knock. Come in.
How you doing?
Andre Jones, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
So, Andre, you want to work for us?
Yes.
Well, I've been looking over your resume, and I see that you're a Yale man.
All right.
And if it was up to me, you'd be perfect for our software engineering department. But I have to tell you the truth. Our affirmative action quotas are already filled. Good day, Mr. Jones.
Well, you know, she said it's us on one side and them on the other. Why can't you see that man is your brother? She cried, she cried, she cried. My brother has died, my brother has died. Yeah, well, so as we rush towards this next decade, it's time we look at this world we have made. 'Cause they can live here, so can we, but not without the earth and the sea. So tear down, tear down, tear down. Scales of injustice, scales of injustice.
Here we are, hands across your mass. But what does this mean anyway?
I don't know. I mean, we probably all feel better now because we're standing here holding hands.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think that all these people are just going to forget about what we're doing until the next rally, same time next year. I don't know. I mean, if we ever want to make a change...
We better start looking at ourselves.
Hi. I'm socially aware. Politically correct. I've taken all the right classes. I go on all the right rallies, workshops, protest marches. I've got all the answers. At least some of them. I've got my act together. There's no reason for me to feel confused. But I do. This past year, I feel like the more I've learned, the less I'm sure of. See, I know there's racism in everybody. And that means there's racism in me. And maybe there's just a little more than I feel comfortable with. Maybe it's that racism that makes me think that some people are just too sensitive. That some people are just looking for things to get angry about. That some people are labeling incidents racial when they're not, when they're simply human. I don't know. I don't know what it is that makes me feel this way. But I do know that I don't know where I stand anymore. I don't know where to draw the line. I don't even know where the boundaries are between what's racist and what's not. Because I used to think I had all the answers, right? Now I've got questions that nobody wants to hear.
The meal looks really good, Ma.
Yeah, Ma, when are we gonna eat?
We will, Steve, just as soon as Claudia gets here, okay?
But Mom, I'm starved. Come on, Dad, don't you want to eat now?
Well, of course I do, son. But for once, your mother's right. We can't start eating yet. Tradition won't allow it.
Told ya.
Look who's here!
Hi, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Claudia.
I'm really sorry if I held everything up. The bus ride was crazy.
That's okay.
Hey, that's no problem, Claudia.
Don't worry.
Hey, now how are those classes going at UMass, anyway?
Well, they're harder than I thought they'd be, but I think I'm gonna do all right.
Oh, good.
That's what I like about you, Claudia. Well, you've got that Jones blood just coursing through your veins. Well, I only wish your cousin shared half your enthusiasm.
What?
Hey.
I think we can eat now.
Now wait. I think a prayer is in order.
Come on, Dad. We never say a prayer any other day.
Yeah, Dad, would you quit being such a geek and would you eat?
Hey, now look. On Memorial Day, we sit down and we think of those that fought for this country and died so that this country could be free. Now on Thanksgiving, you sit down and you give thanks. Now bow your heads. On this day, let us thank God for allowing us to come here and grace this land. And let us also thank Him for allowing us to save the savage heathen from their own ignorance.
Come on, Claudia, they weren't ignorant. He's the ignorant one. Tell him
Claudia,
that.
the guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Hey, half of America thinks this way.
Amen.
Thank
Let's
God.
eat.
I'm going into the kitchen. Does anyone need
Can you
anything?
get me a soda?
A soda, yeah.
I could really use a beer to wash this fur down.
Okay, dear.
Hey, Claudia, that school you go to, they have a good football team?
I think they're doing all right this year, Steve.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, here's some Coke for you kids, and honey, here's your beer. Now, I hope you don't want another one because that was the last one.
The last one? What do you mean? What is there, an Indian loose in the house or what?
Oh, dear. Don't say that about the Indians. That's not nice.
Ah, come on, they're all drunks. The ones that are left, anyway.
Claudia, we were the ones that brought alcohol to America. Aren't you strong enough to say something to this guy?
Claudia, this is your family. Your only family. Are you willing to risk losing them by saying something? The meal looks really good, Ma. Thanks.
Hey, Dad, when's that Redskins game on?
About an hour.
About an hour? Who'd you bet on?
Well, let me tell you, son. Those Cowboys are gonna run over the Redskins. Well, just like John Wayne did in Trail of Blood. Hey, Claudia, did you see that movie, Trail of Blood?
I must have missed it.
Really? Well, I'm surprised, you being a theater major and all. Anyway, Wayne's really in his glory in that one. Those Indians, he slaughters them.
All right, Claudia. We were the ones that stole their land. We destroyed their civilization. Aren't you strong enough to say something to them?
No, I think we're strong enough to sit here for 10 more minutes and take this guy, huh?
If I'm not strong enough to say something here, when am I ever going to? She's already 10 minutes late.
I thought Orientals were always on time.
Oh, Kamala, Orientals means rugs. Asians refer to people.
Well, if she doesn't come soon, I'm out of here.
I'm tired. I walked all the way across campus in the rain. She better be on time.
You know, I'm telling you, I don't care if she shows up or not, because when she's here, I can't understand a word she says.
It's like she writes in Chinese or something.
I'm serious. I used to be good at math before I took this TA.
I don't know, do you ever wonder why they don't seem to learn English well before they come here?
Yeah, wouldn't she have more luck opening up a restaurant?
No, I think that's...
All I know is when I pay my bill every semester, I pay it in English. And I expect a TA who speaks some English.
You guys talk about her like she was stupid or something, and she's not stupid.
Look, she might be smart in math, but she isn't in English, okay?
When was the last time any one of us tried to speak Chinese? Huh? It's not that easy.
Yeah, that's true. I can't speak Chinese, but you don't see me going over to China either, do you?
I mean, that's not the problem, though, you know? I'm so paranoid sometimes. I think she's gonna lay a kung fu move on.
Look. It's not the teacher, it's her accent. That's what it is.
Okay, if that's what you say about her, what do you say about me behind my back?
Oh, but sweetheart, your accent is cute, though.
Wait a minute. What is this?
What is it?
Tell me why she ain't
You
here.
guys, this is a letter from the TA. Listen. Class, I write this letter to tell you that I have resigned as your TA.
On the exam day.
And in this letter, I will tell you why. Listen. Class, I am not in hibernation. I am aware. I know the things that you say about me. Class, I say to you, if you have a problem, ask me to repeat or speak to me after class. But you don't even show enough respect to me to approach me face to face. Class, I have been in your country only for 4 months. In Taiwan, where I am from, I studied English for 3 years, reading, writing, and speaking. Speaking is the most difficult. Your language, it is not easy, but I try. In this class, I think to myself, do they think that I am here to make life hard for them? Do they think that I am stupid, incompetent? Class, I want you to understand something very important. The reason that I am your TA is that I am qualified. I am competent. In fact, the material for me is very elementary. Such things I mastered in what you would call high school. My background and training is very thorough. The educational system of my country is far more competitive than what I observe in your country. Have you not noticed that there are many Chinese students here in the science departments? Have you not asked yourself why this is? Do you not read the newspapers, watch the news? It is simple. Fewer and fewer Americans can do such work, but we can. In Taiwan, before I come here, I was very excited to go to an American university to learn about your culture and to make American friends. I had very high expectations. I thought to myself that Americans will be disciplined, well-educated, friendly, and polite. Now I know better. Yes, I come from a different culture than you. Yes, I have an accent, and sometimes my grammar is not perfect, but I try very hard. Why can't you be more understanding, more patient? Why must you be so critical, so unsympathetic? And consider, before I return to Taiwan, I will be able to communicate in 2 languages. What about you? Can you say the same? And considering that I am one of over 1 billion Chinese people, almost 1/4 of the world population. Maybe you should learn Chinese.
No.
Respectfully, your TA.
Hi, how are you?
How was your break?
Not so great.
It's
How was
done.
yours? You don't seem too happy. What's the matter?
You know that scholarship I was telling you about?
Oh, you didn't get it?
A spit gutted over me.
I know how much you wanted the scholarship, but if you're gonna use words like spick in front of me, I don't want to hear it.
What do you want me to say?
Puerto Rican.
Spick, Puerto Rican, what's the difference?
What do you mean, what's the difference? There's a big difference between calling someone a spick and calling them Puerto Rican.
Look, Claudia, look, that's not even the point. The point is that she's in one of my classes and she isn't even smart.
What do you mean
I
she
should have
isn't
gotten it.
even smart? Have you ever talked to her? Do you know her?
No.
Well, then how can you tell me she isn't even smart? And you think just because she's Puerto Rican she's not as intelligent as you are? Is that really what you think? Come on, what the...
Claudia, you don't come from the same family I come from. Puerto Ricans are less than me. I'm in trouble. You don't know my father. I can't go home and tell him that.
Kamala, I know what that's like. Don't tell me I don't understand, okay? I mean, I just came from having Thanksgiving dinner with my family. Are you listening?
Yes.
And I had to sit there and take so much stupid, ignorant, racist shit about Native American people, and I just sat there and couldn't say anything. But just because I didn't say anything, and just because they think one way, doesn't mean I think that way too. Huh? And just because your father thinks one way about Puerto Rican people, does that mean you have to think that way too? Yeah.